Hello, I'm Sara, psychic medium, and this is your weekly psychic insight and guidance for the 6th to the 12th of July 2020. If you'd like a private reading at the end of this vlog, then do check out the website www.saraperrypsychic.com. All the information is in the description box below, but if you have any other questions and you'd like to contact me directly, then do so by email, saraperrypsychic@gmail.com, or you can always leave a comment below. Feel free to leave comments as well. It's lovely to share experiences and to know whether these vlogs are resonating with you or not. Now, I have decided to record this rather than go on live in my pajamas as I have been doing, because I just felt like stepping back just a little bit. It has been a very, very testing time over the last few weeks, and for me last week it was, well, I'm not even going to go into it. Every time I thought, yes, everything's going to be great, and I went off and meditated, rose above it, did whatever I had to do, sent out the light, it just seemed to backfire, and it still seems to be. I know, being a Scorpio, and if there are any other Scorpios listening out there, then this isn't the easiest eclipse right now or the easiest phase through July, but do continue to rise above. And my guidance to everybody right now is stop fighting, stop struggling to battle whatever is coming at you. Take a step back, take a deep breath before you react. Clear out the, before you start losing the plot or anything, and then look at a way of progressing forwards or dealing with a situation in a calmer way without investing quite so much energy. All of these challenges that are being shown to us or given to us right now are so we can move forwards. Now, Pluto's influence is huge right now, coupled with Jupiter, hence why everything is spreading at such a mass rate and getting bigger and bigger, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Pluto brings up a lot of stuff from the past. So you may find that you have been dealing with a lot of stuff, demons coming up, like it's a little bit, I was explaining to someone the other day, it's a little bit like living in the Thriller video with all the zombies coming up. Now, if you haven't experienced that, it's probably because you haven't got anything to deal with that needs to be done right now. But remember that all of this is done in good faith, right? The universe and the planets don't actually want to upset us. They're not here, they don't just wake up and go, oh, let's just annoy that person over there. Particularly Saturn. A lot of people, they cower when they hear that, because Saturn, can be a bit of a tough taskmaster. But it's only so we can be the best that we can. And if anyone has been feeling like they've been kicked up the backside, or or pushed forward suddenly, or had major setbacks, it's to show you something, it's to become clearer about something. And Mercury retrograde, well, we all know him, but it is about details. It's about communicating, looking at everything, doing everything really, really well. Saturn wants us to do things with quality. The things that are coming up from the past are all relevant to what you want, to your big wishes, your hopes and dreams. So remember that, keep that in mind, even if you feel like you're falling apart and hanging onto the edge or just ready to give up. And I will say, I am a psychic medium, but I tell you what, I have been right on the edge and pushed to my absolute limit this week. And the only way that I've got through it is by doing morning meditation, clearing as much as I can. I have done a video on Ho'oponopono. I am going to be doing some more work with this, and I do feel that it does help clear and get you back to a good centered, grounded position, so that you can look at things a lot more clearly. Now, I'm looking at this reading here. I've dealt some cards out, and the sand card that I've picked up is addition. It says, with more knowledge, there comes greater understanding. And this is a big message to everybody, that we are gaining knowledge right now. We are learning more. It's like the world is going through a very slow rebirth, and there's an earthquake in slow motion, where, again, like the zombies are coming up, everything is breaking through. Imagine if you're digging a garden and you're pulling out the weeds. That's what's really going on right now. There's a massive clearing so that new seeds can be planted, so that the ground is more fertile, and that so we create a new world. So this is a positive way forward. So do your best not to invite the anxiety into your life, to allow other people's projections to get you down, to become more intensified or overwhelmed by emotions when you actually don't need to. Ask yourself, do I necessarily have to deal with this? What am I being taught here? What am I being shown here? And one of the things that I learned this week was really about avoidance, and sometimes we justify running away as as a way of letting go, or not not facing something, or not dealing with it because we don't want to battle. But actually sometimes it is running away and not facing it, and at times we do, what we're being shown is something to stand up for ourselves and believe in ourselves. And because Mercury is retrograde at the moment, it's generally about communication and how you put yourself across and express yourself. So look into that this week. I feel like there's so much knowledge to be gained. There's so many things to be learned. If you take a step back, instead of pushing so hard force when everything is going backwards anyway, go with the flow a bit, rise above the waves rather than fighting the great big ones. Surf, get on your surfboard and glide and enjoy it, and have some fun if you can. Invite as much joy into your life as possible, and stay around people who want to do that as well. And stop putting yourself under so much pressure, because when things go wrong, that can be the first point of blame, is yourself. And you think, why have I done this? Oh my God, I'm back here again. And believe me, I was doing the same thing this week, but I talked myself back out of it because I do understand it. So we all do take a dive occasion. We all do, stand in quicksand, and, but it's like, do we, what do we get from that? Be aware of what is happening, and then, it's less likely to come back into your life. So there's positives here. This is a plus sign. So it's showing that whatever is going on right now is leading us to a better place. Now we've got the heart victim card here, which shows that some people may be going into that place where of, oh, woe me, what's going to happen? Oh, I'm so, everything's gone wrong, and that's up to you. We all have a choice, right? How we decide to do things, how we decide to resolve something, whether we decide to take certain action is our choice. But if you step into this victim place right now and you allow that to take over, and I'm not talking about people who are literally victims who are unable to get out of something because they're being held back physically, or because let's not go there. I'm talking about going into that state of mind. All right, so this is more about the state of mind that you are unable to do anything, because what the cards are saying and the energies are saying this week is that you are able to, because you've got the addition size. There is something better, there is something more. If walking away is what is necessary, do so, because if something is destined, it will still happen. Okay, if you're questioning destiny, then you don't know what destiny is. Okay, if you're questioning or doubting someone's love, then maybe that there is an issue there. There's something that needs to be addressed, either in you or the person or just the situation you're in. When there is doubt, there is something to be looked at. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. It just means that something needs to be addressed, because there's an imbalance. When there's a complete balance, we don't feel like the victim. We don't feel, we just are. We're just where we are. That's where we're all working towards being. Now, I've got here this purple card, which is a frame, and it's got a paint palette in, and this is showing creative expression, but reframing something in a more creative way. So if you've got a chance to be creative this week, and look in another direction, just think, okay, I'm unable to do this because I've got a great big block in front of me, but I still want to do it, and I still believe it's my dream. So how am I going to do that? Okay, let's look at some alternative ways I could do this. It may take longer. It may cost more. But if I save, I could get there eventually. What are the chances of this never happening? If this was going to happen, how can I get this to happen? How can I get progress? How can I move forwards? Okay. And if you are creative and you're listening to music, or you're painting, or you're doing something fun, you know, cooking, maybe anything, gardening, there's so many forms of creativity. A lot of people say, oh no, I'm not creative, but creative thought is creative thought. You don't have to be a decorator to be creative. You know, it's just it's being able to think outside the box and make something fun, make something artistic, you know, just change it up a little bit. If you do that, you're going to come out of this, you'll step up the vibration. And number 11 is showing you've got the power of manifestation. 11 is a power number. The only, what I call the negative side of this, I don't really like using the word negative, but the downside of the 11 is everything comes with a price. Remember, you have the power. So if you're going to manifest being a victim, you will become one, okay? Because this is showing the energy is really, really strong right now. So use your powers of manifestation for the good. Send out love rather than anger. It's still an investment of energy, but it's going to actually reflect something much better back at you. If you look in the mirror and you make a face at yourself, you probably, you know, and growled at yourself and made yourself look really scary, you wouldn't want to look at yourself, right? So if you smile at yourself, you may want to smile back. Think about how, if you're looking in a mirror, think about your reflection is how people are seeing you, all right? Not like, oh, she's got a big nose or big eyes or something like that. This is about how, you know, if you smile, you want to smile back. Turn it around. Look at things from a different angle. That's what that perspective is about, all right? But you do have the power to change things. Now, this little guy here at the end is showing he's a bit sad. You know, this could be people feeling really low at the moment. Again, a reflection of what is going on. And it's almost like we've got to cry. We need to let go. We need to just release all this pain. This isn't about being depressed. This is about just releasing. When you cry, you learn something. You're letting something out of your system. Sometimes we just need a good cry. And some of you may feel down. You may feel really, really tired. The energies are changing up. The frequencies are getting higher and higher. I know myself, sometimes I just go really dizzy. My heart starts pounding. And you know, last week I just took to my bed. I just felt really, really unwell. But I knew it was energetic. You can often tell when something's energetic and it's not, you know, viral or anything else, because I was doing everything right. You know, so I know that it was just being exhausted and needing to rest. So if you do need to do that, then do. Just feel your emotions this week. Allow things to come out, but look at it as a positive. Always look at the positives. Now, we've got the 4 cards at the top. We've got the Lovers card. These are the vice versa cards, but we're looking at the light here. I feel like people are going to be opening up more, bearing their soul. I feel like people are going to want to speak their truth this week. And we've got the Moon card as well. And this is showing the other side of the moon, where things are being shown clearly. And I feel like certain truths, like I said, there's going to be people bearing their souls. Somebody might tell you how they feel about you. It may be good, it may not be so good, but you will be able to see, I feel, through dreams, through your intuition, who is telling the truth, what is the reality of the situation. And what I'm getting is like a glimpse. It's almost like through this full moon period that suddenly this clarity will come in, and there's like this opportunity, a light portal to just get through this and see it for what it is. And then it's like Spirit is saying, just grab what you can, see it and trust it. You know, if you question something and you think, oh, you know, this is that person's shown their true colours. Oh, why was that said? That's a bit odd. Take it, you know, become aware of that, because this is going to open you up. I feel like it's almost like 24 hours of truth serum, you know, and suddenly everything's going to come out and be open on the table, and then all of a sudden it closes down and you think, was I in a dream again? But it feels like through the full moon period it's going to be less confusing, even with all these retrogrades, and everything seems to be heightened. It's almost like, I don't know what it is in astrology, if there's anybody who is an astrologist out there, because I am not an astrologist. I just work. I do take note of what is going on with the planets and bring it into my readings. But I do feel like there may be some kind of, I'm just seeing like a triangle or some kind of vortex opening this weekend, the beginning of the week, and it's just been through the weekend, where suddenly everything is trickling out and you're just seeing everything for what it is, and then it will just close down again until sort of after the 12th to the 15th of the month. So what else have we got? We've got the 10 of Pentacles. Well, this is showing, this is a wonderful card because this is showing what you're worth. This to me is a value card. This is about being given, receiving what you're worth, and that there will be some good positive signs. With the addition card, there's a plus sign, a positive sign, and I feel like you could receive something unexpected this week. You could find that you could just be working on what is more valuable and a much better way of working and how much you're worth. There's a sense of clearing here as well. We've got the Ace of Swords, but we've got the backside of the Ace of Swords, and this to me is, it's like you're clearing intuitively, and you're going within, you're understanding what needs to be cleared in order to get better value, but you're doing it naturally. I feel like you're just about to take off. Everybody is, the good stuff is coming, and I feel like the end of July is going to be really, really positive and bring about lots and lots of results. So my guidance this week is to really take in everything around you, do everything with quality, with value, accept the gifts that are being given to you, see everything that happens to you as a good thing, and be grateful for everything, and say thank you to the universe and the guides to show you what is needed, because we're all being directed on a particular path towards our destiny, and something that will take place now over the next 10 years. Everything is going to change over the next 10 years. Everything will be done differently. And over the next 6 months, we'll start seeing these things unfold, in particular important aspects of the world in general, in the economy, within interlinked different countries, everything that happens, everything is going to start changing. I'm even seeing, things like licenses changing, the way that it's done to make it clearer, because of now everybody being tested for things at airports. There's going to be some more digital stuff going on, and clearances. I can see people putting in cards to which is proof before they travel. It's almost like a doctor's stamp or something. But there's so much that is going to change, and we are being put into the best place we can. Now, if you've got a dream, guys, go for the dream now. Clear away all the unnecessary. Get rid of all the clutter over this full moon period, and just work through things. Start generating ideas, putting things down, so that you can really have a great launch around. And I feel like August the 5th is going to be to the 7th is going to be some great time to launch some plans. So get down and dirty, guys, and don't waste time being the victim or worry about that, because there's so much more coming. So if you'd like a private reading, do get in touch with me via my website, www.saraperrypsychic.com. And do feel free to leave some feedback, and remember to like, share and subscribe, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.